Hello and welcome back to another video on the channel. So as you can see, we are carrying on with the RS Prop Masters Stunt Stormtrooper helmet, and we've now got masking tape on. So this masking tape is Tamiya masking tape, 6mm, and that is approximately a pencil width from the cheek here. So you want your tube stripes to start approximately a pencil width, which is roughly sort of 6 to 8mm away from the cheek. Same on both sides for obvious reasons. And the distance this way between the two yellow pieces of masking tape is around 15mm, 1.5. So I've got this marked on here with pencil on this piece of ABS, and that you just measure it at a few points to make sure that your tape is approximately 15mm all the way front to back. Again, same on both sides. Paint I'll be using for this is Humbrol enamel again, number 109, which is a shade of blue that I believe is approximately the closest colour to the originals. And also as well for me, what I've done is I find that if you just freehand the very first line, I find that difficult because you're using a brush, you're basically curving on a curved surface, which can be quite tricky. So what I do is I have this little template with just a curve on there, which is actually about the same size as a pot of Humbrol paint. Hopefully you can just about see that in the background there. I won't lift the paint up because it might spill everywhere. But I then just do a pencil line for the first one, just to give me a guide of where I want to start painting that first line. So again, that's just sort of my method for it. There's another one on here. So I'll try and do these now. I might well time-lapse all of this, you don't need to see all of it. I've had a bit of a practice run. There's a spare helmet in the background, just next to my lovely brown slippers, which I've just realised are going to be all over YouTube. And I've done a few tests on here just to get the thickness right, so hopefully I've got the flow of it. So let me just cut there for a second and then we'll start on the painting. Right, there we go. That is nerve-wracking. I really do not like doing the tube stripes because they just frighten the life out of me. I've done a few, but it's still tricky. It's a lot easier with a template, I'll be honest. But I'm hoping once the tape comes off these, and once I've tidied them up a little bit, because some of them are a bit rough. But again, I'll have to take a second view on it. If you just hold it over there, it looks reasonable. But when you take off the tape, that's when you really see the proportions of the tube stripe painting. So again, I'm going to let that dry. A couple of bits do need a second coat. So I'll do that and then I'll peel off the tape and then we'll see how it is. If anything needs tidying up, as before, you can use a wooden toothpick and just gently remove or shape some of the paint if you need to, carefully, because of course this is a spray painted helmet. But as I say, that's where I am now. I know they're not perfect. I don't have the flow because I'm not doing them often, but yeah, we'll see how it goes when the paint comes off. Thank you very much. See you in the next part. And we're back. So the tube stripes are painted. I've gone over a couple of bits where it looked a bit patchy, and now's the fun part. As I say, these are not perfect, and I am very much aware of that. But when you remove the masking tape, that's when you'll see the proportions a bit better. And as I say, I can do some tidy up afterwards. So fingers crossed, this is not looking too bad. Let's get rid of that down there. Yeah, it definitely could be better. There's not quite enough curve. I really struggle with these to get enough curve to really get a C shape with the brush, and they end up being more of a straight line, which is disappointing. It's obviously, it's a nice clean edge when you take off the masking tape. That part's fine, that's not what's bothering me. It's the fact that when you take the tape off, what you're left with, I can tidy up some edges which will make it look a bit better. I know I am overly critical, but they are quite straight. They're not as C-shaped as I would like, which is annoying. That is the benefit, of course, to using a template, is that you get the shape perfect because you're just painting into a template, a stencil. So as I say, it's not terrible, but I've definitely done better jobs before, annoyingly. So I'll see what I think. As I say, I'll probably afterwards, once this is fully dry, I will get a toothpick, a wooden toothpick, and gently manipulate some parts to try and finish it off a little bit better. But as I say, I would say that is average. It's just an average paint job. If it wasn't a painted helmet, of course you could strip it back and start again, but this is fully spray painted, so what I've got is pretty much what I will put up with. But as I say, once I've done some tweaks, I'll post some nice photos of it and we'll see. You can probably hear the disappointment, but as I say, it is what it is. I've done it now and move on from there.